Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me, liking, sharing and subscribing. I really do appreciate all your support. Ace of Wands. Two of Cups is popping up for a lot of people actually this month. Wheel of Fortune, very nice. Okay, the Devil. Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Wands, brand new opportunities, something, there's a new start. Could be in love, it could be in relationships, it could be in romance as well, could be in careers, could be a new job. I love that the Wheel of Fortune is here. This reiterates that this is very much a fated opportunity that's coming towards you, Virgo. This is beautiful. Could be a new fire sign for some of you, Aries, Sagittarius or Leo. Leo is come up with the Two of Cups here, and also possibly a Capricorn. Very strong intuitive attraction to this person here. But look at this, the Wheel of Fortune is sending you wonderful new opportunities this month. Now there's a new cycle that's coming to an end, or that's going to be starting, that's going to be coming to fruition here. This is beautiful. This is also could speak of travel, movement, relocation, possibly a new family member as well. There is little children in these cards, there is pets, possibly the purchase of a new pet, the adoption of a child, or the conceiving of a child, or pregnancy news around you or the extended family as well. This could be someone also under a fire sign, as I've mentioned, that's coming through with the Ace of Wands. Could be a new job as well for some of you. There could be an interview happening that will turn into a job, definitely. I do see you meeting with a lot of people here. In fact, Virgo, if you are looking for work, I think there's several different interviews coming up. One in particular will be more enticing than the other, and the salary will be much to your liking. I think more in alignment with what you want to do passion-wise as well. The other job or the other, you might be selecting from two different selections, two different companies or something, but the other job is a little bit more arduous. You might be taking a little bit for granted here with the Devil card, but look, we'll try and explore that further into the reading. You do have the Two of Cups. As I said, if it's interviews, meetings, there's definitely a lot of face-to-face intrapersonal correspondence that's happening. It could be a lot of meetings, it could be regarding finances, it could even be regarding property. The Four of Pentacles is a very strong symbolism of property and homes. We do see apartments, we do see finances here that you're clinging to, as well as the Ten of Pentacles, more finances. So it could very much be a meeting for the renovation of a property, of a home, of a leasing of a home as well here with the Two of Cups. So this could be taking place. Again, it's for the improvement or a new cycle. So you could be starting this new cycle because you're looking for work. You could be starting this new cycle because you're looking for a new home. So it's the starting or the ending of a cycle that's taking place for you. For love, I feel like there's definitely faded opportunities coming in for love union or partnerships. Definitely things going on the up, improving with the Wheel of Fortune. We see the cycle improving drastically here, and things are turning up or coming to completion here. For some of you, a cycle with a toxic relationship is ending, Virgo, and it could be with a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. You do have Leo quite prominently here as well, but if you have been dealing with someone that the relationship has just been primarily sexual, or the relationship hasn't been moving as fast as you would have liked, or maybe you haven't yet attained that, this changes. Remember, there's a change in cycle here. So if you've previously have come from a relationship that's been toxic, maybe there's been a lot of obsessive thoughts about each other, maybe you've just been driving yourself crazy thinking about this person, or thinking about what they've been doing or what they haven't been doing for you. I feel for some of you, the Wheel of Fortune is coming in to remind you that things are definitely changing. And for a lot of you that have had this very physical connection, it's changing into something more emotionally fueled, definitely changing into something more leaning more towards the commitment side, and mutability, which is good. So this is mutual agreement and compatibility, which is nice. So for a lot of you, I think you're outgrowing toxic relationships. Look, it could even be that you end things with a toxic person, a toxic relationship, as well with the Wheel of Fortune, or there's an amazing improvement that's happening on the relationship front as well. Could be a bit of duality here. It could be a bit of a roller coaster month in terms of relationships, but I think for the most part, you're slowly improving, you're slowly rising up, you're slowly morphing into something more beautiful. For others of you, you are ending a relationship and there is someone new coming on board, in particular a Leo that you'll either be meeting through family, networking events, possibly through career. It's something to do with you being out and about as well. Look, it can be some sort of like Tinder dates or something as well with the Devil card here. It can be something that isn't very conventional, something that's a little bit taboo. So this might be how you're meeting this person. It could be through fetishes, it could be through certain groups, community groups, that you might meet each other. That could be the medium, that could be the channel of how the two of you meet. But again, for a lot of you, I feel that there's increased or heightened sexuality in your relationships this month, whether you're single. This could be a lot of people that you might meet for one night stands. If you are coupled up, I feel like if you haven't crossed that boundary yet, if you haven't been intimate with your crush, with your lover, then I think this is the month where this might take place with the Devil card, because the Devil card is quite sexual. We do see these nude people here with the chains, and it can be doing something that's a little bit taboo, or doing something, that is done behind closed doors, so to speak, and for a lot of people that is sex. But look, with the Wheel of Fortune, I think there's an underlying message of massive improvement here, which is beautiful. Now, on the work front so far, I feel like there is an opportunity coming in, or you might be looking for new work because there's a bit of manipulation, and I think it's internal. I think there's an internal staff member, a team member, a colleague, an associate, a superior, a boss, a manager who's perhaps taking advantage of your work ethic, taking advantage of how hard you are working. And for some of you, you definitely feel like you're stuck in a rut and it's time to expand your boundaries. It's time to expand or change careers. And again, the cycle is ending or the cycle is beginning. So you're ushering into something new, Virgo. The universe is giving you options because the cycle is about to end. Or there's a new cycle that's about to start for you. So it's round and round it goes, Virgo. And it could be because of manipulation, and because you feel very weighed, because you feel tied down. With the Devil card here, we see these chains, and it's not always easy. It's almost like perhaps there's no room to progress. Perhaps you feel you're chained down or you're bogged down to a role or to a company because you don't see any chance of growth or expansion within the company, and maybe that's your catalyst to move. Maybe this is the motivating factor for you to look for new work, and so be it. For a lot of you, I think you might be stuck in this position where there is not much room for growth or expansion or acceleration, promotion. But I do see you clinging for the most part, Virgo. I think you feel safe. And I think it's you growing complacent. And when you grow complacent, the thought of something new can sometimes irritate you or scare you away. But I do see you clinging to something quite closely here. It could be finances. It could be the particular role you are in. But you are holding it quite close to you. It could be that you have a really good pay at this job. But if there's no progression, then perhaps there isn't much of a future. And perhaps it's maybe time to break the cycle or usher in this new cycle. Now, as I said, if this is regarding love, there's a breakup and a makeup. There is a new person coming in. There's this shift that's taking place. For some of you, you will be breaking up from a lovely union, or what you thought was a lovely union, and you will be sort of having a bit of fun this month. Maybe you're taking a bit of a break from the relationship. Maybe experimenting with other partners, but possibly one-night stands. Could possibly be some cheating going on, Virgo, and I hope it's not you. It might be a Capricorn, although I don't want to put the blame on the Capricorn. I don't know why they put the Devil card with the Capricorn. It's a little bit unfair, but look, let's read into it two different ways here. Yes, it can be someone that's under the sign of a Capricorn. Take the Capricorn equation out of the card, though. We have the Devil, and what does it symbolize? Taboo behavior, toxic behavior, temptation as well. For a lot of you, there could be something tempting you, very much so. It could be a person, could be a substance. Be careful, because there is like this energy here with the Devil card and the Four of Pentacles. This is perhaps you being prone to a certain addiction or certain person. This is possibly happening for you this month. I'd advise you, be careful what you're getting yourself into, Virgo, here with this person, if there is manipulative or controlling behavior. For some of you, you might feel somewhat forced by your family, your friends, your associates, your colleagues to get coupled up. Now, for a lot of you, you might feel, oh, it's society's norm. I need to be coupled up. I need to be married by this age. Otherwise, I'll feel this way or I'll look this way. And that's absolutely not the case, Virgo. We live in such a liberal, modern day age society, and it's completely to your liking. So I don't want you to feel any pressured, or I don't want any pressure, excuse me, or I don't want you to feel anything that you're being coaxed into this because, or whatever it is. There could be some sort of element of pressure or temptation with the Devil card, and it could be that you feel insecure because of this. And I don't want you to feel this way, because it's all about breaking barriers and taking the reins into your own hands, as indicated by the Ace of Wands. So look, it could be a friend trying to coax you in for a night out of heavy drinking. It could be a friend wanting you to partake in some sort of maybe taboo or even illegal activity, something that's frowned upon. And an element of pressure may be coming in around this person, and you might be coaxed into doing something you're not entirely comfortable with. And I see you just sort of going along with it with the Four of Pentacles, and I don't want you to be that way. I want you to be the opposite way and really think about what it is that you're entering into here. But look, for a lot of you, there is, relationship-wise, is an absolutely beautiful, you know, the Devil doesn't always have to have a negative connotation. It is deep sexuality and lust. And this is feeling really tied to someone as well. So for a lot of you, this is someone that's fated to come in around you, that's making you feel this way. A few of the other signs have had the Two of Cups as well. That's been a very prominent card this month for a lot of the signs. So you may want to check those out. From memory, I cannot remember which signs have gotten it because I've just done so many readings. I'm so sorry, Virgo. But I think from memory, a Taurus had it as well. So if you're dealing with a Taurus, it could be, there's earth energy, very strong Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy down the bottom in these cards here. So it could be that for those that are dealing with a Taurus, or meeting a Taurus, you definitely are merging into this wonderful connection here, beautifully, divinely orchestrated connection. Now moving on, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is quite a hustle bustle card. This is events, circumstances, family money, legacies as well. Again, this sort of ties into the Wheel of Fortune, this cycle and this legacy. So it's almost like you're leaving a cycle behind, but yet you'll remember this cycle, or you'll remember what it taught you. And you're entering into something new and reliving a legacy. So I'm not sure for some of you if that resonates or that makes any sense. But look, especially with the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, it could very much be career related. I feel like you'll be making more money. Your performance will be quite good if you're in an incentive or sales-based role. I think there's an inundation of finances that's coming in, and I think you'll very much be collecting and accruing these finances, which is good. It may be something like you might discover through your online work intranet that you have a lot of annual leave or personal leave accrued, but it's something that you've collected, I think, is coming up here with the 10 and the 4. And again, fortune, the Wheel of Fortune can bring you just that, financial fortune. So this is also possible. But for the most part, I think it's quite positive. Good cycles are coming in. And the 10 is, you do have two 10s here, which is two 1s. The Ace of Wands is also seen as a 1. So you do have these brand new starts that are coming through. So it's definitely the start of something new. Look, it could even be a new fitness regime. It could even be a new sales a new way of saving your money as well. But it's something that's going to start, and I think for the most part it does revolve around your finances, your material possessions, or things you can experience through your senses here. So I love this has come up. And it's new beginnings. Number 1, new cycles, new starts, or a new way of looking at things. There's a new perception here, maybe a shift in your awareness, reconciliation with children, with pets, purchase of a pet, purchase of a property, an asset of some kind as well. Again, a new cycle. It's almost like a new material possession or new finances, or a new a new element will be embarked on this month. Well, but we'll check some more cards out to clarify and see what we can learn from this Ace of Wands. If it is a new romance, if it's in someone new, or if it's someone that's coming into commitment, someone that you already know. Page of Wands, definitely a lot of communication coming through from a fire sign in particular. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It doesn't have to be. The Page of Wands can be a message of movement again, so you have two. For some of you, it's a travel or a trip might introduce you to someone, or a trip. It could be a road trip, it could be a relocation, will bring you closer to someone. So whatever that movement means, in whichever capacity for you, some sort of movement will bring the two of you closer together. It is also a message of departure and adventure. So I think for a lot of you, you are embarking on beautiful new things with someone that is around you, and it could very well involve physical travel, traveling the world, or relocating or moving in with this person. For some of you, you're currently with someone that is marriage material. In particular, if you are dealing with the Taurus here, this is the marriage card, the Hierophant. This is also someone who is very loud and proud about their partner, very loud and proud about their relationship, and I think this will sit extremely well with you, Virgo. I almost want to mention here, though, it's just come to me, for a lot of you, if there is some sort of affair or temptation, as we spoke about, that the devil could represent, there is a temptation with someone married coming in, and I would advise against this. Or if you do decide to do it, of course with free will, if you do advise to do it, something will be made known to the public. So just be careful you aren't meeting in public places. By no means, I don't encourage this behavior. I think if you're unhappy in your relationships, you should leave. You're only hurting yourself in the long run and the people around you. But I almost feel like someone will see you and you'll be exposed. The Hierophant is all about illumination, and I think this is a cautionary message for those that are sort of fooling around a little bit on the side, that this is the universe sending you a signal, giving you a warning that this should not be happening right now. So for some of you, it's that. But for others, I think you're venturing into, you're looking at marriage. You're either seeing someone who's marriage material, or you're moving. The Page of Wands is a mover. He's a shaker. He progresses. You're moving towards marriage. This is beautiful. This is someone holding the key to your future. Look at that. We see two keys. This could be keys in the form of property. We did speak about property, new cycles or new ownerships. So we spoke about the cycles, also the ownership, property, renovating, purchasing assets as well. This is coming up. So definitely marriage material or engagements happening. For some of you, it could be for you directly, Virgo, or someone very close around you. Someone's going to get engaged over on a holiday or somewhere away from home. Okay, wow, this is powerful, Virgo. This is a deep soul flame, twin flame. Soul flame. Oh God, I've been speaking too much today, so bear with me. Sometimes I mumble, but hopefully you guys still love me. Look, this is a soulmate twin flame connection. I don't know what a soul flame is. It sounds exciting, and maybe this person is igniting your soul flame. Who knows? But look at this. This is powerful stuff. The Lovers card, the Hierophant, the Two of Cups. This is a beautiful union, Virgo. It doesn't come around every lifetime, and when it does, it comes in a really powerful way. And for a lot of you, this person is definitely coming in. If they're not around you now, they're definitely coming in very soon. In particular, the time of Leo, the time of the Hierophant, which is Taurus, or in the time of Gemini. This could be in relation to the upcoming next few months, within next year. So look, I don't want to look into that. I think this person might have certain either Gemini, Taurus, or Leo traits or Capricorn traits within their chart. But this is powerful. For a lot of you that have been single and that have felt you're stuck in a rut with your marriage, you feel chained, you feel linked, you feel unfulfilled, you feel lack of passion, lack of sex, sexuality. It's such a big part of our relationships. And a lot of people underestimate the involvement of closeness, of intimacy, of passion. And it's so beneficial for ourselves, our souls, our minds, our relationship. And a lot of you that have been feeling stuck in this way, I think there's some sort of shift. Remember, you're breaking the cycle. So there's some sort of shift that's taking place here. It's either you'll rekindle a very hot, passionate romance with your partner, with your spouse. There's temptation for a very hot affair, possibly. Look, there can be. I'm not going to lie. But I love what the Lovers card represents. This represents purity and magic. And as I said, it doesn't come around too often, Virgo. So when it does, I think you need to treat it quite seriously. And I think there's someone around you here that's evoking these beautiful feelings for you. And hence why, you're clinging, hence why you don't want to let go. We did speak about in the general reading, it could be temptation and you feel insecure, so you're peer pressured. So it could be that you're coaxed or you're tempted into a wonderful, hot affair. But it also speaks for those ones that have a very serious commitment and that do have monogamy, that this is venturing into something so beautiful, so passionate, and so right. This person is in your path and you're embarking on a new cycle with them. Okay, Page of Swords. It could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this is also showing me your perception, Virgo, and it's a pessimistic perception with the Page of Swords. For some of you, you're looking back to a previous relationship where you were in love, where you did feel like it was a twin flame connection. For others of you, you're looking towards a Gemini, Virgo, that perhaps you can't have, that perhaps is married or is already coupled up, and perhaps you're having obsessive thoughts over. Look, there's a lot of cards here. You can read it in a lot of ways. Sometimes people get frustrated because there's so many interpretations, but that's just what it is. Symbols and interpretations are everything. We are given this amazing, powerful mind, and everyone perceives things differently because of their development, because of life experience, because of openness, open-mindedness, enlightenment. So I need you to keep that in mind, but it's whatever interpretation you take with you, whichever interpretation resonates the most. But I do see with the Page of Swords, you are either looking at another couple and wishing you were like them, wishing your relationship was like them, or you're feeling unsure about someone who could really bring you happiness. I see that you're capricious here with the Page of Swords. You're uncertain about how this will move forward. You don't feel very strong about it, Virgo. You have these reservations, and this could lead to the demise of the relationship. So I think your mind can be at times your biggest downfall, as well if you are influenced by Gemini or dual energy. Being a Virgo is not the easiest. It's exhausting. Sometimes it can really be tiring, and it can really take the fun and the spark out of a task or a goal or a relationship. And I just don't want that happening to you, Virgo, because sometimes it's not, I guess it's good in some aspects, right? We can be quite analytical and approach things quite methodically, and that's all great, especially in jobs that require that. However, when it comes to ourselves, I feel like we're still stuck in this bubble, and for some reason I see you having somewhat of a pessimistic view towards this person or this relationship, and I want you to try to break free of this cycle, which I think you will. We spoke about the breaking of cycles, so I think although you can't change your nature, the way your predisposition to think or to act or to behave or to compartmentalize, Virgo, I still think on some level, you'll break free from some sort of cycle of thought that perhaps wasn't bringing you love or wasn't bringing you that spark. So I think this is changing in this aspect here. So definitely new beginnings in love. If we look at a career opportunity, there's definitely a job where you might be interviewed for very soon that's going to bring you in the public eye, that's going to get you your own office, or that's going to get you a large team. Now, it could be in real estate, it could be in tourism, it could be in client relations or customer service, psychology, youth working, relationships, rehabilitation, especially with the Virgo as well. This sort of work for you, I think, would do exceptionally well. I think you'll be very happy with the sort of salary you'll be offered here with the Ten of Pentacles. I think it's important you keep your mind open. Again, pessimism is coming through because you don't think you're qualified to do it, or you don't see how you're going to cope with the job once you get it. So try and steer away from that. It's all about positivity. You've been brought these opportunities from the angels, from the gods, from the universe. I think for the most part, you need to embrace it. Could be working with family, relationships, property in particular as well. We have keys here, rental properties, commercial properties, or holding the key to a building, or a key to your future. So again, what do we see? We see this wonderful cycle with the Wheel of Fortune here, and you'll very much appreciate this role. You'll grab it. You'll grab it as soon as it comes up. I think you'll be very pleased with it. So this is quite promising. I love this. Definitely new jobs and new roles. Let's talk about what else this cycle is for some of you. What else breaking this cycle could mean. Let's keep the Wheel of Fortune card here, because this is the cycle we're talking about, and although it can represent fate, fated opportunities, abundant or chance opportunities, I should say, abundant paths, abundant journeys, abundant opportunities. Let's see what else this breaking of this cycle, this new cycle for some of you. It's a new cycle in love, new cycle in travel. You're definitely also moving away from these toxic negative thoughts, this turbulent waters here, so turbulent emotions, and you're moving into something more peaceful, more serene, more quiet, more harmonious. Look at this harmonious, tranquil water, and you're moving away from that. So I think you're leaving behind something emotional, something that caused you a lot of turbulence, whether it was instigated by your thoughts were the catalyst for these emotions, which is often the case. Our thoughts do cause our emotions. But I think you're moving away from this. It's also a new cycle. There's a new start happening, and it's happening overseas. There's some sort of foreign connection with someone. You might be relocating, moving homes, moving countries even, but there's a new cycle happening with your thoughts, with your emotions, or relocation. It's a new home that's coming in, a new rental property, new surroundings. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. This is negotiations happening. So if you have been in a role, maybe work-wise, and you've been trying to pitch a product, sell a product, pitch a service, I think there's someone new that's going to sign on board. But there's success happening. Remember, the cycle, you're breaking the cycle, or you're entering a new cycle that is has an underlying current of going upward, meaning this cycle that you're entering into is one that's going to prove quite profitable. Pentacles is about money. This is about choice. This is about options, more options being available to you at work, or if you're negotiating a holiday or trying to save for a holiday or choosing between 2 different locations. Maybe you're trying to renovate a home, purchase a home, or develop a home. Things are moving on the up, so there's an upward cycle. This theme is coming through here, which is amazing, great, wonderful, especially for those people who are in sort of these roles where they need to sell a product or market a product or advocate or be a brand ambassador to a product or a service. Okay, definitely new starts for a lot of you. You're starting your own business or going down your own path, but I see you doing it alone here. Could be relocation related. You might be moving into a brand new property alone. But it's almost like a new start is happening, but it's autonomous. It's something that you'll decide to do on your own. It's a little bit scary, yes. I think you're a little bit fearful about starting this, Virgo, but I think you've got good things. You've got the resources. Look at his table. He has everything he needs, the Magician. So you've got what you need. You know what it is that you need to do. You know what it is that you need to achieve. For a lot of you, there is an online business, or you're starting to open up a shop maybe, or a creative pursuit. It could even be in the beauty industry. We do have the Empress. She does advocate all things feminine, all things spiritual, astrology, maybe astronomy as well, nature, hiking, the outdoors, yoga, meditation, feminine, tantra. This could be a lot with the Empress here, beautifying yourself. So this could be, for a lot of you, you're breaking the cycle of low self-esteem, and you're doing something to make you feel sexy and powerful and amazing and happy, and really embracing that feeling. And maybe if you're a man, you're doing something that's making you feel really masculine and energetic and powerful and like a lion, this sort of amazing energy here. But look, it's all about earth energy. With the Empress, to me, is all about earth. She's a very sensual, practical lady here. So I feel there's practical things are taking place, things on the upward. There's definitely an increase in how you'll feel, a certain attractiveness this month that's coming to you, Virgo. And I say own it. If you're single, get out there and show these people what you're all about. Beautiful confidence here with the Empress card. Cycle is going up, so I love this. Also manifesting more things into your existence, manifesting beautiful things. I definitely feel for a lot of you there's a cycle of a lot more traveling happening over the next 3 to 7 days, 3 to 6 days, 3 to 6 months, 3 to 6 years. So this is a big cycle change, new cycle that's coming in. So this is great.